My earliest memory of Scalextric must be when I was 5. Family event, probably Christmas. Everyone's name went into a hat, you drew names, and you raced that person. And that particular set would have been a Le Mans 24 hour, which obviously you come to learn is Le Mans in later life. I also came to learn that its particular cars were epic, a Porsche 956 and a Jaguar XJR9. I definitely felt the setup procedure was quite daunting at that age. It was quite long-winded, a bit tricky, so it always felt like a special occasion whenever we got it out. And that was me hooked. I learnt a lot from Scalextric, taking stuff apart, looking at soldering, gluing repairs, even changing tyres and braids, and for extra drift, removing the magnets. And the fiddliest job was changing these pinions. As a young race engineer, I used to modify the cars I had, stripping them of interiors for weight, colouring them in for extra detail, and even trimming parts off the chassis for even less weight and more flexibility. Till eventually, like Enzo Ferrari himself, I could no longer edit what was already there, I had to make my own. And here it is. From memory, I made this for a 3-hour endurance race at a friend's house, and we used to use vacuum formed bodies from school, and produce the chassis from leftover D&T plastic, and cut up folders for these chassis rails that support everything. And finally the running gear was taken from other cars I had lying around. And unfortunately that split means I can no longer race it. Now I won't tell you why I named it, because it's pretty embarrassing, so we'll move on to something classic. Now when I say classic, I actually mean newer Scalextric cars. This was a set I bought in later life, let's say, and the detail is just incredible. Now not to bore you too much, but you really take these things apart just to grease the bearings, ready for a good thrashing. So you may have gathered I love cars and I love models, so Scalextric is the perfect pastime to satisfy both. And even the cats like it. Slow-mo drift coming up, after all it is a Sierra Cosworth. And this is definitely a good use of 240 frames a second. And with all that sideways action, pinion failure was inevitable. And so to F1. Now these little guys are so fast, I reckon the aero does actually work. Just in case you're wondering, you can play 2-player Scalextric as an only child. You just use an elastic band around the throttle trigger as your opponent. I'd love to say I planned that, but I didn't. And the big tip with Scalextric is it's skill not speed. Too much speed into a bend and you come out the slot. However, the crashes are almost as good as the racing. And if racing ever feels laborious, stick something on track and you can pretend you're a getaway driver. Anyway, enough of that. Scalextric is a great spectator sport. However, like any motorsport of any scale, do be careful. Thomas! Now this was only a small track. I'm sure I can dig some stuff out I had when I was really young. So do let me know if you want to see that. Do comment and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching.